Okay, well, I guess it was the first time I ever saw him. I was a teenager. I was working at a, he probably won't want me to say this. I was working at a tanning salon and he would come in once in a while. So that was the first time I ever saw him, and we would just know, hey, how's it going? And I had a crush on him.
I knew who Mikaela was. Thought she was cute, seen her around before.
I guess it was several years later we started to see each other at church. You know, he would catch my eye, he says, and I caught his eye, and he always wanted to go up and introduce himself to me. I guess he was talking with some friends of his, and he learned that he and I had a mutual friend, but just through Facebook.
And so I just said to her, hey, do you mind putting in a word for me? I don't know if she's single or if she's available, what the story was, but I just said, hey, put in a word for me.
Right away, her and her husband got on the computer, wrote me this big message on Facebook all about their friend named Shane, and would I be interested in meeting up with him for coffee sometime.
Had our first date at Starbucks. We were just supposed to meet for a quick coffee. It turned out to be about 4.5 hours, and yeah, it was amazing. Standing next to me.
So our engagement story, yeah, I had no idea it was coming. He had been kind of hinting at our 1 year.
I tried to drop some hints like, hey, you know what, for our 1 year we should do something really special.
And so I thought, oh, I wonder if he's going to propose on our 1 year. You know, it's kind of predictable if he does it, but whatever.
Mikaela is a wedding photographer, so a lot of times she'll do what's called styled shoots. She'll bring the inside, outside. So my idea was to recreate our first date, and I had set up basically a Starbucks in the woods.
We've been talking about doing a photo field trip, just going out and taking out the cameras and doing some shooting. He had found this really great location, something in the woods, this like clearing in the woods.
So when Mikaela and I got to the site where I planned to propose, we walked down this path and told her to close her eyes just because it would be that much more special.
Something kind of clicked for me because I could feel his nerves. He says, okay, you can open your eyes now. And I opened it and I saw this incredible setup. He had recreated our first date at Starbucks. Like right from, like there was a giant menu board with a photo of us. There were the comfy chairs that we had sat at, the 2 drinks that we had ordered on our first date, and just everything. He just went all out. I was just so blown away, and like, how did you do this?
I asked her, I said, do you recognize this? And she's like, well, yeah, this is our first date.
And at this point I can kind of guess what is going on. But not long into it, he grabbed the ring out of his chair, got to one knee in front of mine.
And I said, Mikaela, ever since I met you, I knew you're the one. I fall more and more in love with you each day. Mikaela Ruth, will you marry me? And there's a little bit of a pause.
He says that I hesitated for a moment, but maybe I did, but there was no real hesitation, of course.
And then she says yes, so and she got down and just hugged, and she was holding it together. I had tears in my eyes. I was crying a little bit.
But I didn't have any tears. I think I was too shocked and overwhelmed and trying to take it all in. We walked around the whole Starbucks setup, and he pointed out all the little details, and anything that he could personalize, he did.
I had set it up so that a friend of mine and Mikaela's and a mentor for her as well, Jasmine Starr, I had her call to congratulate Mikaela.
Yeah, he handed me the phone and said, there's someone on the phone for you. And I got on it, and it was Jasmine Starr Photography, a friend of ours, and she was calling from California to wish us congratulations, because we had a trip to California planned for the following week where we were going to meet up with her and JD for lunch. But then she tells me on the phone, actually, you're not coming down here to go for lunch with us, we are going to do your engagement shoot.
And so that's been one of Mikaela's dreams for ever since she got into wedding photography, was to have an engagement session and also have Jasmine shoot her wedding. And so that was a huge surprise for Mikaela, and she just loved it.
It was like a dream come true to me, so I was just one more thing to just blow me away.
Will you always be my love?
People people had kind of, teased him, like, there is a 50% chance here that she may say no. And yeah, then he jokes that's why he went to all this trouble, was just to make sure that he got a yes out of me. So no question, no.